recap of episode 3 and 4 because I don't hide stuff from anyone unlike this garbage show, unless it's private information. Learn boundaries, people! Episode 3. We're treated with nonsensical, boring dialogue until they finally reveal that one person dies per month, and Glasses Girl is dead. Damn! Found her really cute because I've got a bias for any girl that wears glasses. Episode 4, we gained zero information and cute nurse girl is dead. Well, there goes a reason to even watch this anime. Episode 5 begins with showing us the previous episode's only good thing. Is the anime actually aware that it has nothing else to show at all and just reuse the execution scenes? Skip intro. You finally know the complete name of cute nurse girl in episode 5. 5 episodes just to get her full name. What a perfect line to describe this anime. Slow and boring. The investigation cops do their thing. Then we see Guy talk about this stuff to his grandpa. Grandpa has a cool line that says, he's tired of funerals. That's a great line and very subtle. If only another had consistently good writing. We got back to class to see them sad and stuff and that we should stick together. Next scene we see Guy approach Eye Patch in class. He says the cute nurse girl died. Makes sense. Eye Patch was nowhere near Guy in the previous episode, so it makes sense for Guy to tell that to Eye Patch. But why isn't anyone stopping him from talking to Eye Patch? This is such a stupid edit. From this angle we don't see Eye Patch's figure at all, which tricks and lies to the viewer that Guy is talking to no one even though Eye Patch is just right behind this character that I don't know the name of. It's so stupid and deceiving. We cut to Twin Tails and her gang where nothing happens and then cut to art class. Oh my god, I'm so bored. We see other guy talk to Guy if there's a connection with those recent deaths. Other guy declines to answer any further. At this point, my ceiling has more stories to tell than this fucking anime. Guy goes to the library to find an answer to this madness. He sees the graduation pic of his mom. Then we hear someone say, did you find her? What? How the hell does old guy know what we're looking for? Anyway, old guy asks, how did mom die? And Guy asks, 15 years ago, right after giving birth to him. Old guy says, 15 years ago? I see. So that's what happened. This goes fucking nowhere, by the way. Why even have that? Guy gets called by Twin Tails. She apologizes because this is for the greater good or shit, which she never explains what and why. I know that this anime will never get any decent explanation for anything, but there's this little hope in me that maybe next episode we'll finally get something. We cut to the investigation boys interviewing Guy. We're basically told the same fucking shit that we already know. Fuck this anime. We cut to Guy going into an empty classroom. Then creepy teacher informs Guy that we're dismissed for the day. He asks, where's everyone else? And teacher says non-answers like, please be sure to uphold the class rules at all times. Episode fucking 5, everybody, and we still don't know the rules. Guy sees the words, who is dead on Eye Patch's table. Why? I don't know, it's spooky. We don't know how to write something scary. Quick, just write something weird, says the director. Great job. Cut to the locker room to see Guy wanting to hang out with other guy and other guy's friend. He asks, where did everyone go? And they say they went to the meeting room to take care of some stuff. Great answer. Sarcasm. This anime sucks. Not sarcasm. He asks them what the hell is going on in class 3. They can't, but they do say something will happen to Guy soon, which they don't explain shit. This part made me punch a wall for the sheer stupidity of it. Other guy says, Twin Tails said we needed to discuss something. Oh really? I was under the impression that a meeting room was a place to jack each other off. We are told very fucking obvious things of this fucking anime that we already fucking know just to reach that half-hour mark. We can't write quick repeat what we already wrote. Great job, director. Other guy's friend says, there must be a lot you want to know. Yes! Ever since episode 1! You know, I want this anime to gain a physical form so that I can personally throw it in the garbage can. Other guy's friend offers to tell Guy everything he knows, which is stopped by other guy. Should I go on with this garbage show? Guy asks, does Eye Patch exist? Other guy's friend says, Eye Patches, then gets a fucking heart attack. Well, at least it was established in episode 1 that other guy's friend had health issues. I wish we could have seen more scenes of him. Maybe in the background, simply holding his chest so that we know to be aware of him someday. Replace the cool visuals with stuff that is actually relevant to this fucking story. Why not do that? This applies to everyone in class. If someone is going to die, there should be a setup, build-up, and payoff. Why didn't we see other guys' friends simply out of breath when we see them talking earlier? This death literally comes out of nowhere in this episode. Oh no, we don't know how to write to the next scene. Here's the title of the anime you're watching. Great job, director. We see Guy in school greet Auntie Gorgeous but is ignored. Something happens and we don't know anything about it, so Guy asks fun guy but is also ignored. Creepy teacher. You know what? I don't even feel like making fun of this jack-off. He probably sucks his own penis. Creepy teacher reminds us to uphold the rules that we don't even fucking know since episode 1. What the fuck is this anime? Smoking, she said. Guy asks other guy, but he completely pisses off the piss baby. He asks front guy and he closes his already closed eyes. The fuck? Guy asks other guy, but he just says, sorry, therefore acknowledging his existence? I don't know what the fucking rules are in this anime. I read something about they should ignore someone's existence and shit, but for the rules to work, I don't fucking know what the fuck. Back to class, guy gets up and finally realizes that his existence is being ignored by everyone. Why? Dunno. Next, we see Guy see letters and then immediately cuts to meeting up with Eye Patch. Guy shows Eye Patch the letter he had and the letter says, sorry, ask Eye Patch to explain. Mochizuki? Who the hell is Mochizuki? Can anyone honestly keep track of everyone here? The class roster that has Eye Patch's name crossed off. Guy says, let me start from the beginning. Oh my god! I am gonna turn this anime off if he really does tend to repeat the same bullshit we've already seen 5 fucking episodes in. It says other guy's friend died, the class acted like Guy wasn't there, and asks if he's just like Eye Patch now. She asks, how does it feel to not exist? Why do you talk like that? Guy feels relief because now he knows that Eye Patch exists. Remember the previous edits where it looked like Eye Patch disappeared when they were finished talking, when she came from behind the doll's coffin, but it looked like Guy was talking to no one because of that stupid fucking angle? This is what I've been saying, that the show is intentionally lying to the viewers. What kind of stupid payoff is this? It was set up from the very start that Eye Patch was a ghost, and all the build-up that should have logically paid off with revealing that she should be the ghost, but the anime subverts expectation by revealing she's just a person. How can anyone come to the conclusion that she's also a person when it was shown time after time through the terrible fucking edits that she's a ghost? Just because you didn't expect it, that doesn't mean it's a good fucking plot twist. It's more cheap and stupid if that's the case. Next he asks, this is where you live, right? She says, yeah, but I thought you already figured this out. Are you stupid or something? He asked previously what she was doing here, and she answers with, I don't hate these things. How is that even remotely to concluding that this is where you live, ya dunce? This also explains why the creepy grandma says that there are no customers here, because Eye Patch isn't a customer. She is her grandkids. This is such a stupid reveal. I think I'd rather watch the Tekken movie, the live action one. Yeah, I'm serious. I'm actually surprised that it was that good. I'm one of the few that actually liked it. Maybe I'll make a video on it someday. So this part they talk about stuff which actually endeared me. You finally get to know Eye Patch. I love it. I'm starting to like Eye Patch now. 5 fucking episodes in. Behind the doll's coffin is revealed to be an elevator, which explains why Eye Patch always appears behind the doll's coffin. That's still stupid though. Like, was she just standing in front of the elevator waiting for Guy to appear at the most convenient time? Wouldn't you, I don't know, use the elevator to go to your room or hear the elevator functioning or something? They go upstairs and they have a cute banner. Oh, it's a miracle. They're acting like people now. Are we finally getting something here? Let's see. Guy asks if Eye Patch exists and she asks with, did you think I was a ghost? Well, from the way you acted, talked, and from the stupid edits, the setup, build up, payoff. Yes, you hollow-headed turd compactor. So she was non-existent to the others in class 3. But what about others in other classes? I don't know. It started on May 1st. Guy says nobody would tell him why. And she says, not explain the situation you in the first place was a mistake. You bucket of cow dung. That's rich coming from you. You're the one saying nonsensical, cryptic bullshit. Basically, he was supposed to treat Eye Patch as someone who didn't exist. Then why did you fucking answer when Guy always approached you? This is also your fault, Eye Patch, you dumb bitch. Now they're in the same boat. 2 people whose existence will be ignored by everybody. That still doesn't explain why you talk and act like a weirdo. Guy asks, why the whole ignoring existence is crap? He continues, do you remember the story of Misaki who died 26 years ago? Again with this shit! Aren't you all tired away from repeating the same fucking story every goddamn episode? For some reason, when the asshole pointed at Misaki's there, class 3 somehow drew closer to death. Somebody dies each month in class 3, either a student or someone from their family, because the number of students in the class increases by 1? Really? That's it? If that's the case, if this is an open secret to everyone that even the teacher knows, then why didn't they just decline Guy's transfer or just put him in some other class than class 3? Why did they transfer him to some other school? Cute Nurse Girl even says on episode 4 that she went to South Middle. Why did he get transferred there? There you go. No more deaths. I know that there's a scene where the new principal Sora doesn't believe in all of this, but from the several deaths that we have right now, wouldn't the principal with, his power and authority just assign Guy to some other class? If someone says, then we won't have a story. Good! We're done! Next anime. What is the point of this asinine anime that completely falls flat on its face for a sheer quantity of stupid writing? Anyway, she says they can never figure out who the extra one is. What is the extra one? Well, 25 years ago, after the new term began, they realized that they were short 1 desk and chair even though they had prepared enough for every student. Guy asks something sensible. Couldn't they just check the school records? She says it was useless. They tried many times. The roster and records had been altered to be inconsistent. They were just 1 desk and chair short. Basically, it's because of the paranormal stupid bullshit ghost power our shit. We can't write anything that makes sense. Just make it paranormal or something. Oh look, another bullshit line. They say that everyone's memories had changed as well. Well, ain't that convenient? Sounds impossible, doesn't it? Because it is! Guy asks, why do people die when there's an extra student? She says, nobody knows the reason, plus that extra student is someone dead. So that dead person isn't actually a ghost because it has a physical body and acts like any normal person. That dead person has a soul in its memories and don't realize that they're dead. Because of what happened 26 years ago, apparently, Class 3 is now a place that invites the dead. Didn't we repeat this a while ago? What the fuck? Why keep repeating it again? Sounds fucking stupid and overly complicated that no one in the world would ever want to think about because of how fucking stupid and overly complicated all this is. This whole thing sounds complete Dragon Ball sack. To counter this stupid shit, the students in Class 3 came up with countermeasures. They tried moving to a different classroom and changed the name of Class 3 to Class C, but it didn't work. Then 10 years ago, are you all still following? Because I am completely lost. 10 years ago, they found a way to deal with the problem that prevented people from dying each month, and that is to treat one student like they don't exist to make up for the extra person. Have you got all that? Good for you. Then the episode ends. We're finally given answers while also admitting that the show was lying to us the entire time. It sucks. The setup since the start of this Asinine anime build-up payoff, all of it sucked and made absolute zero sense. It made dollars, but it didn't make sense. Will episode 6 be better? Episode 6 starts with Eye Patch refusing to participate in being the non-existent person. Creepy teacher then says, well, the calamity might start. Then she agrees. Well, that was easy. Teacher then says to never discuss it with anyone outside the class, even their own families. He says, the rules say that we must not speak of it. So is that rule number 1, number 2, or 4? How many rules are there? Skip intro, flashback scene. It's May 1st. We see a bunch talking about the curse happening. We see Twin Tails concluding that Guy isn't the dead person because his hands weren't cold. What the hell? Isn't the dead person actually indistinguishable from a regular person and can change memories? It's so... Why is this? It's so stupid. Next scene, we see Guy and Eye Patch talking about the rule and why they never told him about it. Eye Patch answers with, you had already spoken to me, remember? Because of that, it became difficult for them to talk about it. How is it difficult when someone put a letter to ask Eye Patch? That's kinda super easy. Why didn't anyone do that if they didn't want anyone to talk about that? Why didn't Eye Patch just give Guy a letter to not talk to her? She's cute, but also super dumb. Guy then asks, why does she have the oldest desk in the entire class? Eye Patch says, that is one of the rules too. Is that rule number 1, 2, or 4? Help me, anime, help me. He says, who is dead written on your desk? Was it you who wrote that? She says, yeah. Why? Then, hot mom alert, hot mom alert. Eye Patch says that Guy is her friend and hot mom asks, is he a friend from class? She just said she was his friend and also wearing the uniform your daughter is going to. A dumb hot mom is good too. A dumb hot mom is good too. Eye Patch accompanies Guy out. We see them talking naturally, which I adore. I love this writing where we see people talk to each other. It fleshes them out. If they were to remove all those beautiful visuals and actually write more for the characters, this anime could have stepped in the neighborhood of fairly good writing. During all of this, something irritated me though. She says, there was no helping my mother and me. I'm just her puppet after all. He says, that's awful. What? This writing is awful. But you're her daughter, her own flesh and blood? She then says, I may be flesh and blood, but I'm not real. What the hell does that even mean? We just got done talking about how you exist and now you don't? This writing is awful. Other than that, we get more scenes of them. I'm starting to like them as a couple. Spoiler-free review of the manga. I love the ending. These two are adorable. Next scene, Dad calls Guy and asks, how it's like to be back here after a year and a half, where Guy says, but this is my first time coming here since starting junior high. Then Dad obviously knows something, just agrees, hinting to the viewers that he knows something, but he doesn't say anything. Why? I am gonna be pissed if this is gonna reveal something stupid again. Next scene, the class is all quiet. This is probably the best scene in the whole anime, possibly the whole history of humanity's progress. Well, not really. Guy takes Eye Patch's hand and dances in the middle of class. I've heard that a lot of people hated the scene when it first came out. It looked so out of place. It felt awkward and embarrassing to watch. I don't know about you guys, but I love this scene because something finally interesting happens that went way beyond what I expected. We're treated in slow and boring atmosphere. I almost fell asleep multiple times. Watching this felt like fucking torture. Then we see them dancing in the middle of class because the whole class denies their existence. They can basically do anything they want. It's brilliant, only to reveal that it was all Guy's imagination. I think this is the start where he started to develop something for Eye Patch. Don't forget, they're still in middle school. I remember I would daydream about my crush doing something terribly embarrassing like touch hands. I know, I'm such a dirty person. I'm stained. I can never be clean ever. Guy blushes when he realizes how embarrassing that was. The two spend lunch together, so she can act like a normal person. Why did you talk and act weird since the beginning? There's still no answer to that. Eye Patch asks if Guy can make her something to eat someday. Aw, that's so. Their interactions are really cute. We got back to class, which nothing happens. They got back to them hanging out. Such a weird editing choice. Then a montage of them hanging out. Oh, so that was the start of the montage. Okay. Next scene. They enter the art club where everyone greets Eye Patch. Really? Okay. Didn't they say that we shouldn't talk about this outside the classroom, even though it's an open secret that they should uphold the rules which state to ignore her existence, but they still acknowledge her existence? I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Other guy then enters and says that he got something important to talk about with the others, leaving Guy and Eye Patch behind, which they shrug off. Cut to the library with them hanging out, and Eye Patch asks, which is Guy's mom? This is good relationship building. I thought I felt dead. Now I feel a little fluff. So this show can do something good. Old Guy joins in the conversation and says, there are two non-existent people now. Wait a second. If you could say that openly, why did anyone in class 3 relay the message of the curse and everything about it to Old Guy and tell that to Guy in the beginning so that all of this could have been avoided? This anime is so stupid. Old Guy says that this curse is happening in this town and in this school. If that's the case, then all of the people in town and school are aware of this fact and should have prepared countermeasures, but they didn't, and it's so stupid. Guy asks, is it okay for you to not ignore us? Old Guy says, I know connects to your class the moment. This fucking long-haired asshole that looks like he doesn't shower could have helped in preventing all of this. We're reminded again that the curse only happens to the students in class 3 and their families that live in this place. Guy asks, does that mean anyone who leaves town would be safe? Old Guy says yes. Oh my god, another countermeasure discovered. Even before Guy sets foot in this, like a step, in this train station, the one in charge of the countermeasure could have waited for Guy's arrival with Guy's relatives to explain everything to him. My god, this anime sucks! Guy asks if the Misaki from 26 years ago was a boy or a girl. Old Guy answers with a boy. Remember from the opening narration that they used the pronoun she to describe Misaki? The anime lied to us. Or maybe that was an issue in English translation. Then how about instead of using she, why not they? Or the name Misaki instead? Because again, this fucking anime lied to the viewers and it keeps lying to make it seem like there's an amazing mystery behind every creepy bullshit that's happening here. Except when you think about it, this whole mystery thing is complete fucking bullshit, that there's much more better writing coming from a 3-year-old. Old Guy continues that Yomiyama Misaki's house burned down and his entire family died. Old Guy hands Guy copies of all class rosters from 1972 to present. 26 years worth of data. No one ever thought to, make a digital copy of it for ease of use. Just say. Anyway, those with the red X by their names are the ones who died that same year. So Old Guy says it's pointless to check the records. No, it isn't. It's important to check the records, see the differences, and find out a pattern of this curse thing. He continues with, and people's memories change too, right? That's a load of baloney. Has anyone ever tried to check the records outside of town? The curse won't reach out of town, right? How's that for a countermeasure? Are they just lazy to not do something as simple as travel out of town? Look, I'm an idiot, but if an idiot like me can figure something like that so easily, is this anime pretending to be smart? Then he says, by the end of the year after the deceased vanishes after graduation, the records revert back to their original state, thus revealing the extra student. What a contrarian! Didn't you just say it was pointless to check the records? Aren't the records reverting back to the original state an important thing to take note of? All the more reason to check the records, you dirty toilet water hobo fucking asshole. Anyway, the only countermeasure that ever worked was to deny one's person's existence in class, which has a success rate of 50%. Great. Guy confirms with Old Guy if his dead mom got involved with the curse thing too, which he says, yep. Next scene, we see Auntie Gorgeous holding back her tears and Grandpa says, my poor Risco and poor Reiko. It's now blatantly obvious who the dead person is, but it takes what feels like years for this anime to solve this mystery. It's torture. Counting individual rice gives me more of a productive feeling than watching this anime. Auntie Gorgeous says something might have happened during summer break, but of course she doesn't remember. Next scene, we see creepy teacher enter the classroom with a big bag. He reveals in the pointlessly big bag that he's got a small knife. Is it cooking class time? Whatever. The episode ends. Episode 6 introduces more stuff but also reveals how stupid this curse is and how stupid everyone is in dealing with the curse. Will episode 7 get any better? Please.